Hello and welcome to Cheap Joe's Art Stuff. My name is Julie and I'm here to impart some knowledge to you today via a 2-minute art tip. And today we're going to be talking about mathy kind of stuff. I'm going to try and explain tessellates and tessellation and talking about the art and application of repeating pattern. In an art context, a tessellate is any kind of covering where you're covering a surface with a repeating pattern that has no overlaps or gaps, so that the shapes interact with each other in a kind of symmetry where they interlock and you don't have any space in between them and they're not, on top of one another. M.C. Escher was one of the perfect examples of that kind of practice. Here's an example for you to see. There's other examples of art and tessellates, mosaics, where the tiles come together to create a whole. They're geometric in that they're little squares, but they don't overlap, but they butt up against each other. Then there's quilts and, other kinds of art form that incorporate tessellate application onto a surface. But in a math context, a tessellate is basically a higher dimension and varieties of geometry applied in a form, so like really complex forms of geometry that interact together, again, don't overlap but interlock. Now, I'm not a math person. It's a rare bird that you find an artist that can really deep dive into explaining this, but Google it, you'll see what I'm talking about. It makes more sense. The other thing that I think is fascinating, and I think that is kind of magic about this whole subject, is not just quilts and mosaics and math and geometry. It's about how all of those kinds of things apply in the natural world. There are all kinds of examples of tessellate application in natural forms, like honeycombs that bees make. Those are all like little teeny hexagons that are right up against each other but don't overlap but interlock. But then there's also fish scales, which that's another form that's a repeating pattern. Now granted, those overlap and stuff like that, but you will see that same kind of geometry applied in all kinds of natural form that you wouldn't really expect. You can also see it in riverbeds and dry desert floor where it cracks and you have that repeating pattern that goes throughout. Or lightning branches out when it comes in contact with the ground. Seeds or feathers or pine cones or on and on and on. Like I could drone on forever, but I encourage you to take a look at tessellates. It's a fascinating thing. I just find magic in like pattern and repetition, and which, because pattern can create a visual texture in what you're doing and stuff like this. But walk outside, just take a look around and you can see tessellates everywhere. Everywhere you look, it's that natural patterning that occurs by some kind of force, and it's just absolutely amazing. And it might be just a kind of like a spark of inspiration and creativity that can take you in a new direction. So take a look at some tessellates. They're all around and we're sure that you'll enjoy. Thanks for joining us for another installment of 2-minute art tips right here at Cheap Joe's Art Stuff. We hope you enjoyed this video and maybe learned a little something. If so, give us a like, comment with your thoughts, and share with a friend. Subscribe below and don't miss a single 2-minute art tips and help us reach 150,000 subscribers. See you next time.